Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with
You're supposed to. Oh.
I had to tighten the plan. I got it right in the end. Now we on top once again. I don't want it if it ain't love. If it ain't, get it away from me. Who you gon' jack if it ain't us? LABB to the bakery. Some mad that I came up. I know my granny gon' pray for me. It was just us in the vacancy. We had to get it from A to B. Wheels never felt like this. 2 seats in the hills, how I feel righteous. Blue sheets for the mills, but the deal priceless. New keys can't kill what's still private. I might just double it up. Did it? Never enough, I'm with it. 5, 2, 3 on the business. Whole team got wins and the wheels still spinning. I told them. What I told them. We did a lot for the wins. Came in and drop on the 10. Now we on top once again. Yeah. Hey, I had to tighten the plan. I got it right in the end. Now we on top. Got a spot and it's locked to the click all in. I got ops. If he drop, I just hit my dance. I was caught, they just watched. Had to take my wins. They wouldn't let me in. I've been on 10 cents. Who really holding it down? I've been holding it down and I fold it again and again. Who was the dummy that died? I'm the coldest around, but he folding again and again. I'm in the day. I'm doing 30 on 30 and up. You in the way. Either you rolling the dust. You with it, so what? Keep it running. We did a lot for the wins. Came in and drop on the 10. Now we on top once again. Yeah.
Now we on top
I had to tighten the plan. I got it right in the end. Now we on top once again.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL leads us to a snow-covered Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Washington football team.
We'll do a lot of the bench. Tighten the bench.
As we're underway here in Week 13. We're fielded at the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
He'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
listen to that first ELE.
From the gun, it's Haskins. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk
I'm
of
on
the
the rest of
35.
God, bro.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down.
On first down, Gibson. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
To the 48-yard line.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here, too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 18-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now it's Haskins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive.
Oh, bro, I suck at
And his
kicking
kick is
field
no
goals.
good. An inauspicious start kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. Good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Big bet in the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed. So
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin Bush leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Off to Thomas on the left side.
Lucky bitch.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Logan Thomas.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
And it's third down.
They go play action now. Haskins. And that is incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Here's the Pro Bowl punter Tress Way on to punt for Washington, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack.
The tackle
protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger going for the deep ball. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down.
sets up fourth down.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taken right around the 44.
Here we go.
12 yards on the return that time. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
At the Steelers 32.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through. Pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
On 2nd down now. It's Gibson, and he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 21. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Haskins on 1st down. And he'll find Hall. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Touchdown.
From 21 yards away. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Makes this Washington 13. Steelers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Returning it, Johnson. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. First carry for James Conner. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
At the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Roethlisberger will hand to Conner. And he's going to be mad at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
3rd down and long.
Ben leads to Conner on the draw. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
A good carry and a first down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. James Conner only 715 combined yards, but in 2018, he was a Pro Bowl running back. Combined yardage that year, 1,004.
And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, you...
And it's caught inside the 30. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Makes this Washington 20. Steelers nothing.
on as the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Johnson now returning. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
On the return. The Steelers take first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now it's Roethlisberger. Screen pass to Connor. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Tackle made back at the 22.
That screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Stuck around for good, and I appreciate it. And I hope to see it.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
33-yard line.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Now Haskins to throw it. Forced out to his left. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We hit halftime, as we do all season. We'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
The tackle made back.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen, broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now they try a lateral, but it doesn't work. It's a loose ball. And it's Washington that scoops it up. So not only did they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
Complete to Terry
McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes this Washington 27. Steelers nothing.
Set now to kick this one
This
away.
fucking lag, bro. Fuck.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. To throw here, Roethlisberger. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Roethlisberger keeps it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Brought down. Just call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. And he's in.
No, the fuck he wasn't.
James Conner in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get 1, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, you're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they broke it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. It's caught at the 1, and he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime.
Steelers 8.
Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a second quarter onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows?
And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. That one is good. And a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Oh.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
14. And the Washington first down.
Never know. I don't throw no more. Come on, lay back over.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That good for 22 and a first down. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
Snap comes at 1. Now Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the interception by the Washington defense leads to a touchdown.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
On third down, Roethlisberger. And he connects with Ebron. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They'll run on first down. Connor. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. The 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, first and 10. This is Connor. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
The tackle made by Jayon Brown.
From the 31, Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now a play fake here on first down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 27. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Again on second and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. You've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to...
And now here is another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Intercepted by Washington.
I'm starting to wonder, Charles, at 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, The manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Aaron Donald's the name most people think about at the defensive tackle position, but an All-Pro last year alongside him, Cameron Haywood, an absolute nightmare to try and block. And he gets into the backfield on that play and finishes it off for the loss.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down.
Field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
And Hopkins' kick is no good. It's wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they've not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. That one caught by the rookie Chase Claypool. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And 22 more yards there and another first down.
At the 38-yard line.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Connor fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that's because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his ramp, right? RAC.
Run after catch. And he loves that. And he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will make it into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football.
on the play.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On first down, it's Gibson, and he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he stopped immediately there. Ball carry. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense in with a big play.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd down.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
Washington on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this one will be touched down right at the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Roethlisberger throwing complete to McDonald. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. That is caught at the 7. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down. They'll look to run with Connor. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to surge ahead with Connor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Steelers up to go for 2. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
And this will be recovered by Washington, and that should just about do it.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Yeah, he'll find Hall. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
7-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Haskins going to try to throw it. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Intended for number 81. Incomplete. Joe Hayden on the coverage.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Haskins. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Joe Hayden on the coverage.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll try and run for it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Today's finals, Washington.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank all...
in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. They say sorry and let go, but I know I got an antidote to retain some kind of self-control. Look inside my head through a telescope. You erase all the calls from a telephone. No sense of smile, maybe still a joke. Holding back your tears, singing minimal syllables. Yeah, look at me, at the asylum. Was a fateful mistake, cause the time ain't up yet. I pause my mind. Look, if you want to my head, come and call me up. You look like a twisted Robin Hood. You take from the rich and the poor and us. Wearing diamond shoes where you walk your pugs in a town you create where there ain't no love. They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.
Stop taking, but still got a reflux. I drip out from the socket to a teacup. Drink up inside, look when it beat us. Huge us in the belly of the beast, but outside there's a war going on your front lawn. Black Hawk, see the red dawn horizon. Blind yet I'm rising, abiding by laws of attraction. My thoughts still rising. Thinking, what type of knowledge gon' sink in? Life gives you limits, and my only thought is drinking. Thirsty, will I be alive or dead before 30? That's all that concerns me early. Lemonade quenching my inner rage when it takes center stage. Let me put it in my grave. Been in made, let it save my soul of blaze. Only if you every way, put me in the water for the save.
They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.
Beautiful back is always one. Done right. Installed by one extra technician. All in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years. And we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
Oh boy. Get some fucking food, dog. I'll be back. I gotta make the stove run.